Hi folks, welcome to Schewe Library's video series on databases. In this video we're going to be exploring an EBSCO database. And EBSCO is a company which provides a number of the databases that we have at Schewe Library, so it's a good one to demo. Now for those of you who might not be familiar with what a database is simply a collection of paid resources that typically wouldn't be available through Google. And databases are especially important in colleges and universities because oftentimes they contain scholarly or peer-reviewed articles, which is probably the most predominant information resource that you're going to use in your time as a student here. And oftentimes you'll only be able to find them through specialized databases. So to access our databases, you're going to go to Schewe Library's homepage at ic.edu/library, and you're going to click on the databases icon on our homepage. And this is going to take you to the complete listing of our databases. Now initially you can see we've got 129 databases, and if you just scroll down the list here, you'll find that they're organized alphabetically. So if you have a particular database that you're looking for, you can just go find it in that list, and you'll see below each of the databases there's a little description about what it is, so you can figure out if you'd like to use it. Another way to access our databases is through the subjects menu in the top left. And you can isolate all the databases that might be relevant to a particular subject. So in this case, for example, we've chosen education. But for now, let's go back to our main databases page, and we can find an EBSCO database to sample for this video. All right, let's go. So for this demo, I'm going to use the Academic Search Complete database, which you can find over in the left-hand menu there. And Academic Search Complete is a very popular EBSCO database, and it contains material from a lot of subjects, so it's good for a demonstration. Now, you can see right off the bat, I am in fact searching the Academic Search Complete database, and the company is EBSCO there. Now, it looks a little different than Google, but basically the idea is you want to put one concept in each box, and we'll see why that's important in a bit. But right now, let's just do a search, and we're going to search for cancer and medicine. Now, you can see what happens here is that we have got over 500,000 results about cancer and medicine, and that's obviously way too many to deal with in a simple search. So we need to get this number a bit smaller. One thing we can do is choose to search the words cancer and medicine only in the title of articles instead of all throughout the article. And in theory, when we do this, we're going to get a smaller number of results, but they will also be more relevant. And this should make our search, hopefully, better. Let's have a look at how many results we get. So we went from over 500,000 to a little over 2,000, and that's excellent because we know these results are probably going to be a lot more relevant than the results we got in the previous section. And if we scroll down, we can just sort of see a sample of the type of results we're getting. Now, the next thing we need to do in any database search is throw a limiter or a filter on our search, and that will tailor the results to the exact characteristics we want. The first one I'm going to use is full text, and that ensures, and this is very necessary, that all the articles we see we are immediately able to access. The next filter I'm going to use is known as the scholarly or peer-reviewed filter, and that is going to ensure that all the material in our search is in fact scholarly or peer-reviewed, and oftentimes your professors are going to require you to find that sort of material. The last filter I'll use is a date filter, and in this instance I'm going to only want material from the last 5 years. So you see we went from about 2,000 results down to a little over 500 just by using filters. So these are a very effective way of narrowing and tailoring your search to the exact characteristics that you're looking for. Now 500 is still a lot of results, so I'm going to throw in just another term on top of here. Maybe I'm particularly interested in the economics of cancer medicine. And I could choose to search economics only in the title of articles, or I could choose to search it everywhere. In this instance, I'll just search it everywhere. And again, it looks like we went from a fairly high number of results down to a very reasonable number of results, in this case 25, and that is excellent. This is the sort of thing we're going for in a search. And if I look down the results that I now have, I should be happy with my search results, and I could be ready to just read the articles, in which case I would click on the PDF full texts there or whatever other options you saw, and that would get us the full article. For the purposes of this demo, you can also click inside the result, and you can see a little more information about the article in question. So in this case, here's the title, The Economics of Cancer Medicines. It will list the authors there. You can oftentimes see the source, which is the journal or the magazine that the article was initially published in. And so there's our source right there. And if we go a little further down, we'll sometimes get an abstract, which is a nice little preview of what the article is going to talk about and its results and that sort of thing. So that can help you decide if you want to invest some time in it. If you're ready to read the article, you can go to the left-hand menu there and you can select your format of choice. I'm going to pick the PDF. That's always a good option. So here's my full article. Now, if I want to do some things with the article, such as print it, I can do it there. I can download it using that button. And on the right-hand side, I have some various other options, including saving it to my Google Drive, printing it, emailing it to myself. This is a very popular option with students. I think it's great, and you can email the file, and you can actually get a citation for it as well. The last thing we need to talk about is this little button at the bottom of the right-hand menu, and this is known as the permalink button. Sometimes it's known as a stable URL, and this is the URL that you need to get if you want to get back to this article. So maybe you don't want to save the actual file or email it to yourself or whatever. You have to use this special permalink stable URL. Sometimes it's called a get link. And in databases, there's a lot of reasons for why this is, but basically, if you want to get back to this article using a link, this is the one you have to use. And I know we've all been conditioned to use the regular URL in your internet browser, and I'll just highlight that one right now. But unfortunately for databases, this will not work, and you will not be able to get back to the article you need. So always look for the permalink or the stable URL, grab that link, and you'll be able to get back to the article.